funny. I felt like I was showing a lot in my back, but I could do that back then. So that is literally the first press party we went to when we started shooting Saved by the Bell. And that was the very first press thing that we ever did together. Yeah. And the whole cast was there that night. Kind of surreal, you know, hanging out with people I kind of knew but didn't know yet. They were still kind of new, and it was, I think, on a rooftop. I want to say it was like an NBC like party or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but I do remember it being one of the first things as a cast we did. I mean, I was just dressing how I wanted to dress. I didn't think anything. I didn't think people were going to pay attention, which is good. And I think I tried to keep that mindset through all of it, because that's a lot of pressure to feel like people are looking at you like that. Oh yeah, the updo. Oh, I remember that. I still have that dress in my closet, actually. Literally still have that dress. So that was a fashion, I'm trying to remember the event it was for, but they dressed me for that. They specifically made that dress for me. And that was at I think it was here in LA, if I remember right. Yeah, I'm almost positive. It was here in LA, very 90s. I remember that updo, like literally. And the dress was like low back, you know, a little risque because I was still pretty young there. Like I was in my 20s, but I wasn't like older. It's funny. I felt like I was showing a lot in my back, but I could do that back then. No, I don't think it was college years yet. Maybe in between. Yeah. Well, maybe. I'm not sure, because I feel like I'm still a little bit younger. Because I think my hair was a little bit longer. It might have been in between, after Saturday and before. Yeah. But I mean, we literally hung out all the time. Like we were like brother and sister, literally. Yeah. So, so I went through a blonde phase only because I wanted to try it, and I fell in love with it. I loved being blonde, so I kept it for quite some time, and then I ended up getting blonde again for my wedding. So I've been blonde twice for periods of time. I just felt it definitely, you feel different when you have a different hair color. I mean, I think being an actor, you portray different roles, and sort of a hair color kind of gives you that as well. Yeah, sort of. Yeah. I don't know. That was my wedding hair. That is my wedding hair. Yep, exactly. That was still after or just before my wedding. Yeah. I loved that little poof. I don't know why. I always had the thing, because I had such a round face, that I always would try things to make my face look a little longer. Okay. Whether it was like, you know, trying to put my eyelashes out a little bit, or the liner to go out a little bit, or like the poof, you know. Yeah, that was one of my favorite haircuts. Yeah, this was during I had a show called Fastlane on Fox for a season. That was a really fun show to do, actually. So that was a great haircut that I had, and that was actually one of the fashion weeks in New York. That is actually in New York as well. And I want to say it was at an event, and I was shooting a Woody Allen film at the time. That was actually for White Collar. So that was a press junket for White Collar. And that was another show I did in New York. Yeah. I think it went from that shorter bang that you showed me. Yeah. And it developed into that after.